again?
I have. And we are not live yet, at least not on my computer. Oh, now we are live. Yep, it's back again. Sam says woohoo F1 menu as well, so
Way! Finally. I don't know what that was. That's honestly completely thrown me.
yes, Sam says he
Um,
had the black screen glitch in Mexico, so I guess it's
I've I'm gonna be honest with you, folks. I've never seen that before. Out of the many streams we've done, either me or any of the other commentators, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I
So
wonder where we were though. Also, wanna if you have if can someone just tell us if the noise is fine as well and the quality and everything, so we have no more
yeah, just
technical issues. Would be nice with some confirmations in the chat. Audio great,
audio great.
great. Right,
I think we're all good.
I guess we go on with it then.
Have you ticked your box, Devo? Right.
Was ticked.
Surprise.
Sorry, it was no, it was ticked. I checked and then it's not, so I've ticked it now. So we were all right.
Seems to be a bit of a recurring theme, folks, that every time it's the three of us coming to do a stream, there's always some sort of issue. So maybe third time lucky next week with the driver draw, we can get it all right. Anyway, I've done the introduction. I'm going to go back to where I was before. I'm going to go back to clock because I don't think any of us were really paying attention to what you were saying, to be honest, mate, because we were too busy staring at a black screen. Give me a bit of a rundown then on season 5 from your perspective, not only as a driver but as a league owner. I'm interested to know how you feel about it.
Yeah, from my perspective, it's been brilliant. I know we say it every time that it's been the best season so far, but it really has, and it just shows how we improve every year from that little league with 3 divisions and around 12 people every week turning up to a fully organized 4 division league with F2 divisions, 20 people turning up every week. Um just so organized. It's a different league. It's impossible to compare, and it's just so, I don't know, rewarding to see it from the perspective that you have being here from the start. And as a league owner, it's absolutely amazing to see what you can create in terms of everything we do, creating friendships between people, doing charities, creating, bridges between different countries in the world, and I absolutely love it.
I couldn't have put it better myself. Steve, I'm
Hello.
intrigued to kind of find out from your perspective what it's been like for you, your first full season as a league owner. How's the process been for you this season?
Well, I think I've added a lot to it, so that's good.
You're very,
No,
very,
it's
very
no,
humble.
no. In all honesty, though, it's a step up. Everything just seems to be a step up and an improvement because um, well, that's it really. I think the admins are not better, but they're more experienced. They know what they're doing more. They're more organised. The league's more organised. There's the drivers turn up. The racing seems um, like better. Less crashes and things like that. Problems get solved quicker. I just think everything's just taken a step up and just a massive, not a massive improvement. I don't think it needed that much improvement, but I think it's just yeah. I just think we're just one step better than what we were last year, really, and it's
I mean, I know how
great.
you. Just to quickly put in, I know how you said maybe the admins, you don't want to disrespect previous admins, that, the admins we have now aren't necessarily better, but I don't know, maybe it's controversial, but I just think they are, and I think that comes with the experience of running the league now for 5 seasons, and this allows basically people to make a better judge of who would be a good and who wouldn't be so good as an admin. And I think that's kind of been replicated for a large majority of the season, because we've seen the lowest turnaround in admins this season than we ever have. So something must be going well for that to happen. Clear as day to me that obviously there's still things we can always improve on. There's never going to be the finished article, I think, ever. But I think we're taking a massive step forward as a general league this season. I think something we all forget, we have, obviously, as Klopp mentioned at the start, we had 3 small divisions, and we were just trundling along with 15 at best turning up every week, and we were content with that at the time. And then just something clicked, and it just went a bit different. And in this season, obviously, it's been the first season we've had 4 full-time F1 divisions, and it's easy to forget that. But of course, this has been the first full season of the Elite Division and the complete shuffling around of drivers. And then obviously it's been the second season of F2, and we know how disjointed the first season of F2 was due to what some people describe as Order 66. But realistically, I think it's been such a symbolic and strong season for the league. It's really puts us in a good place moving forward, and there's so much demand to actually be part of the league, not just because of the racing, but just the league itself. But there's so much demand that people want a new division for season 6, and I want a new division for season 6. I think we all want a new division for season 6. It's just not quite feasible at this time, but I think that just shows really the fact that we've come from 6 months ago we still had 3 divisions, and then now 6 months later we could. We've easily got the demand to fill 5 divisions of F1 and a division of F2 and other things in between that as well. And I think that is a testament to everyone, from the LOs to the head admins to the admins to the commentators to the stewards, and then anyone else I'm forgetting in between. Everyone who does the graphics, does the points, does the website, does all the social medias, does the Discord. So it's an iceberg, isn't it? It's a lot that you see on the surface, but there's so much underneath the surface that people just don't see to make the league what it is. And I think it's just the perfect time to really pay tribute to everyone who gives up their hard-earned free time to invest in this league. And I think I speak from all of the LOs that we are extremely everyone who for all the work they put in and making the league what it is, because without you guys, and obviously of course the drivers, without you guys as well, this would be nothing. So thank you to everyone for an amazing season, and the awards kind of tops it off, especially after Darnell's video, which if you haven't seen yet, please go over to the YouTube after this stream's finished and give that a watch, because I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But, in that case, shall we crack on? We have got quite a lot of awards to get through, folks. So make sure you're listening keenly. Obviously, they'll be noted down. We've already got them noted down, but they will obviously be put all over the social media and the Discord at some stage pretty quickly after the stream has finished. But we'll start off. I will hand over to Steve-O to hand out the first awards.
What's the stats? I think really, isn't it, to start with?
Say that again, mate.
It's the stats first, isn't it? I think.
Well, yeah. Sorry, just to run through. Yeah.
So I'll run through the stats. Right. So we've got quite a few stats and quite a lot of big numbers. Are quite surprising, but so season 5 divisions, 22 tracks, 105 races across all divisions, 3,168 laps. 130 different drivers, 40 different winners, 32 different pole sitters. Big number here, 492 DNFs. Division with the most DNFs, F2. F2 is the big, and in F1 Div 2, track Azerbaijan, no surprise there really. 36 across the 5 divisions. And
wow.
Yeah, so I look quite a few DNFs there, but that's okay. That's it is what it is, isn't it? I can't speak, crash out a lot anyway. But right, so on to.
Unfortunately, you do. I would like to argue against you there, but yeah,
That's okay. No, that's fine. I can take that. Right, I'm better than season 1. So that's
Absolutely.
So I'm improving as well. Right, most poles. So most poles in F1 is Freeman with 10. Most poles in F2, Zydolf. Most poles combined, Zydrad with 13. So that's F2 and F1, I take it. Most wins is in F1 is Ham with 9, and that's, I mean, what an achievement that is. 9 wins in Elite. I mean, that is, yeah, I'm quite surprised. Yeah. Most wins F2, Ham and Zydrad both with 10. Most wins combined, Ham obviously with 19. So yeah, it looks like Ham had the season to top all seasons really this year. So that's great.
Yeah, particularly in the F1, and then obviously we know about Zydrad in the F2. I will obviously take that, and then I'll take the opportunity to quickly give a little rundown of the champions of this season. So obviously Hamjam took the crown in the Elite Division with 356 points. And the constructors were won by the Haas F1 team, made up of Freeman and Zydrad, who scored 519 points over the course of the season. Pillar Southerners took the Division 1 championship this season with 210 points and will be in the Elite Division next season. And his team as well took the Constructors Championship with the Racing Point team scoring 346 points. So in Division 2, Bennett took the championship and will be racing in Division 1 next season with McLaren. Not with McLaren next season, but he drove a McLaren this season. Yet to find out what the Haas guys are going to pick for their joint constructors, but Bennett scored 304 points. The Division 2 constructors were won by Haas with 450 points. In Division 3, well, actually, good timing. A lot of drama going on today, but Division 3 was won by Craig FK with 284 points, and the constructors were won by Red Bull Racing with 457 points. And then, as I've mentioned halfway through, the Haas F1 team took home the Joint Constructors Championship, and they will have the privilege of picking their cars for next season. So I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the guys pick. That could be quite an interesting one. But yeah, just a nice little rundown of the season in terms of the stats, and then I'll properly start getting into the awards, and I'll hand over to Clock now for the first award.
First of all, big thanks to Owen for providing us with all those stats. I'm sure he's done a lot of math to come up with that. But the first award we have for today is the best Sunday driver. And for any one of you watching the stream, seeing we have an AlphaTauri on the screen, which means it's an AlphaTauri driver, and it's actually my teammate. Congratulations to ARL Predators for winning the best Sunday driver. And it's simply because he usually goes out in Q1 in quali, but he's always up there in the fight for points in the race. So yeah, just capitalizes during the races, but he's out for a Sunday drive during qualifying. But that is word of the night, and congratulations to my teammate.
Very
yeah,
worthy
he
winner,
actually
isn't
said to me. He actually said to me now that next season he hopes that he can 16th instead of 18th and 19th like he did this season. So goals.
He's honest.
But yeah,
congratulations to him, man.
I'll leave the next award to Ranga to talk about.
Yeah, so for anyone who is a little bit unfamiliar with the process, we start with some of the we gradually build up to the slightly bigger awards, if that's what you want to call it. We actually have a lot of people joining the stream throughout to have some interviews. They are aware they're joining the stream, but they don't know what they've won. So we'll be announcing that live on the stream later on. But so I'll be awarding the best reserve driver, and to be honest, this was actually a really difficult decision. We've had a lot of nominations for this award. Particularly guys that come to mind are particularly like Lil Wiggy in Div 1, who turned up pretty much week in, week out, and it was consistently pretty much on the pace almost every time. And there was other guys in Division 3. I think there was likes of Cohen, could be wrong, exactly off the top of my head, but Cohen, Maxwell, Lofty, I think. Some pretty good nominations who always turn up and always seem to perform. To me and to the rest of the guys, there was only going to be one winner here, and it had to be Hoopalicious. So Hoopalicious will take the Best Reserve Driver award because essentially, it's not easy to jump into any car at the last moment, especially in the top division, and then be battling pretty much at the front of the elite division in almost every race he took part in was something else really good to see, because at times I think some of the guys at the top maybe had it a little bit more towards their own way, and it was great to see Hoop at times get in there and really mix it with the big guns and really spice things up. And we saw some great battles between himself and Ham and Jam and some others throughout the season. So, well, whenever he got the opportunity to step in. So, yeah, Hoopalicious takes home the Best Reserve Driver award. So, moving swiftly onwards, we have slightly more of a more light-hearted award now. We have the Biggest Sweat award, and I'm sensing a few laughs in the stream already, but there was actually quite a few nominations for this and quite a few people who you could pick from. I mean, first person that really comes, apart from the person who's won the award, but I'm pretty sure SLR Connor comes to mind pretty quickly, because I believe he's already set a time trial lap for Australia, even though the season hasn't even finished yet really. So he could earn the award, and then others such as Rando and Freeman maybe. I'm trying to think of a few others, but seem to be forgetting. But to be honest, there was only going to be one winner, and he's bound to be in the stream chat somewhere. So congratulations to SLR Sem for taking home the Biggest Sweat award, because he has practiced non-stop this season. And to be honest, I think it's kind of served him well, because if we look at his performances this season, it's been very impressive at least. So it looks like he's been putting that practice to good use. So I think he's over the moon with that. So
yeah,
so congratulations.
He's just commented he's with the 50 S's and in capital letters, and he says, "Thank you guys, it means a lot." So
yeah, congratulations to Sem. He takes home the Biggest Sweat award. So another light-hearted award, but I'll pass it on to Clock.
yeah, and I can. Well, first of all, I can tell you he's not an AlphaTauri driver who's won that award. So
Oh, I'm not sure I want to give it away by showing the car yet.
maybe not.
I'm gonna leave it.
Well, it's the biggest bottle in the league, and who could that be? Who could that be? We have been thinking about it, and there's one guy who stood out a bit due to multiple things. It's not one incident, and it's what comes to mind is when leading in Singapore, bang into the wall, DNF. Leading in Japan, bang into the wall, DNF. Turning off his assists before the end because he thinks he can't win. Suddenly, me and Southerners have shit races in both USA and Mexico, so the win was probably right there in the championship. But congrats to Tumen Wait, Tumen. I'll just say Tumen. Congratulations to Tumen winning the biggest bottle in SLR in season 5.
I think that's gonna go down well with the view. Sorry to kind of put it on you on the stream, Tooman, mate, but it was a no-brainer from us, really. Yes, I think if those results had gone differently, then I think the Div 1 Championship might have gone slightly differently as well.
And also, it's all light-hearted. It's not serious. It's just for fun. No hard feelings.
I mean, I think this next award links in pretty well, actually, to Biggest Bottle. I mean, it's not quite the same, but it'll do. So, I hate to say it, but the winner of this award isn't going to be overly happy with me. But this award is the biggest clown moment of the season. I'm going to try and find his cut. Where is he? He is, I think is this his car? Um, biggest clown moment of the season, and they're pretty strong contenders for this. After having some of the nominations sent in, I think a really strong contender was Owen when he drove into a stationary car on the straight in Zandvoort. That was pretty clowny, to be honest. But I'm sorry, mate. I'm gonna have to do this to you. But the winner of the biggest clown moment of the season goes to SLR Darnell, for his absolute clown heroics during the F2 feature race. I think it was in Mexico. And for anyone who's unsure what happened, he drove into the pits and then he stopped in the pit lane. I think he was considering whether to pit or not, but he stopped in the pit lane, and then I think he went to drive out of the pit lane, but as he did that, by cutting the pit lane entry and exit, so on, as he went to do that, he got disqualified, and then his car almost took out Owen into the pit wall anyway. So, yeah, apologies to Darnell for doing that to him live on the stream, but he's a very, very worthy winner of the Clown Award this season, so congratulations to him. So, moving on, we're getting through these a little bit now, boys. I will hand over to Steve-O for the next award.
We were getting through them, but this award for most comedy in a race.
Say that again, mate. You cut out a little bit.
This award's comedy in a race, and
Okie dokie.
we've we had to troll through a few, and I actually watched the race on YouTube today to take some notes. And the winner of the comedy race, or most comedy in a race, is Div 2 Japan, which was I think 9 DNFs. Carnage all over the track, and yeah, so it started off well with Leah and Cosmic Cameron, Hickley and iCallum all spinning, as generally happens in an SLR race at the beginning, but no retirements. And then by lap 6 we had Rockamad and Barlow coming together at the Dunlop, and that was the first 2 retirements, and it kind of went downhill from there. But it was a good race. It was a good race, but it was. But yeah, but there was 2 safety cars. I think there was 2 virtual safety cars, and then come by the end. I think there was 11 finishes, so 9 retirements out of 20. So yeah,
just general carnage everywhere.
It was carnage everywhere. Yeah, we had.
I do remember off the top of my head. I do remember off the top of my head there was a massive crash involving SLR iCallum at 130R. I think that was. Am I right?
It was 130R. Hang on, I have made notes of that actually, but I've got to try and find it. What lap was it?
I love how Scott is saying. Yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry, no, lap 17. Right, lap 17. Cooper Benz and iCallum coming off of Spoon up towards 130R, and Cooper Benz behind, thinks he's going to have a good run, comes at the inside, which, is the perfect place to be around there. iCallum, I think they make slight contact at the entry to 130R. iCallum goes wide, comes back across, and then the aftermath is just the barrier. Cars flying everywhere. Callum's cars are spinning around actually in the air, so it's and both retired. So not the greatest, but yeah, very funny race to watch. Very entertaining. So
yeah. Sorry to the Div 2 guys, because it was. I mean, I think it was always going to be a Div 2 race, wasn't it? Really, that was going to give us the most comedy. No offense. Yeah.
I think we get them.
Yeah,
I
thanks
think
for
we
that,
get them.
Steve-O.
I think we get them races in most divisions. It's just it was one that stuck out because it was all throughout the race. So yeah, it's no. It's like we said. This is just a bit of fun.
Yeah, there's many strong contenders, but
yeah,
it's just a bit of fun. So moving swiftly onwards, I think this is the kind of point where we start to find start to deal with a few more of the serious awards. So the first sort of serious award is the Best Newcomer Awards, and this is someone whose first season was obviously in season 5. Sorry, my mic just cut out then. The Best Newcomer Award. So this was obviously someone whose first season in SLR was season 5, and to be honest, there was a lot of people who could have won this award. Off the top of my head, you had the likes of Nikki. Because obviously Nikki started in Div 2, ended up in Elite, and obviously Elite didn't quite go as well as he would have hoped. But he obviously had a very strong season. You look at the likes of maybe Race Roller, Sem as well, Bennett, Wiggy, Zydrad. I think. Did Zydrad race? Well, he raced. I could be wrong. Sorry, Will, if I'm being stupid, but I think this was Zydrad's first season in F1, so a few very strong contenders. But we've given this award to Jitto. So Jitto is going to be our best newcomer of the season, and that's because he started the season in Div 2, and he absolutely smashed it. I think he had a couple of poor races towards the start, and he absolutely smashed it from then onwards. He went to Div 1, and he kind of tore us a new one, didn't he, Clock? And then he went on to bigger and better things in the form of the Elite Division, and he ended up scoring some really good points and with some really good performances. So Jitto is going to take our crown as the best newcomer of the season. So sorry to anyone who's disappointed, but that was what we went with. I will then pass over to Clock for the next award.
And it's a very similar award, but it's the surprise package of the season. Whoever has surprised us the most. I was about to speak Swedish there for some reason. Would have been great. Anyway, surprise package. Who have surprised us the most? There's always people surprising you, whatever division you are in. I was about to say something there, but I would have spoiled the whole award, or a future award as well. So I'll just fuck you, Scott, for just gonna say that. He said because I'm Swedish, mate. So.
Oh no, I agree with you on that.
But yeah, the surprise of the season for us is Race Roller. Coming into the league, racing in Div 1 and blitzed everyone, moving up to Elite, doing really well there as well. I think it says everything in the name really. He surprised us the most. At least I'm sure all of you have other suggestions, and that's fair enough. There was other people in contention, but congratulations to Race Roller for being the surprise package of the season.
I think with Roller, having been in his test, he was tested with a few of us, and he was showed some decent Div 1 pace. I don't think he was ever expected to be right up the top immediately, but I think in his first race he won, didn't he, in China? Am I right in saying that? Or he definitely was second or third. He was very, very close. So he had a really, really strong debut, and it kind of just caught us really off guard. Before we knew it, he was an Elite, and he's shown some brilliant performances, and I think he kind of capped that by... it wasn't quite the result he wanted, but the first few laps he showed in Abu Dhabi, he stormed into the lead, didn't he? So I think he's come a long way. So, and if you told us at the start or during his test that by the end of the season he'd have been pulling his own weight in the Elite Division, I think we would have been a bit surprised, but pleasantly, of course. So congratulations to him for that.
I think we'll have to keep going though, and let Steve talk for the next 2 awards, actually.
For the next 2 awards? I had the next one ready. So we're looking at... which one are we on now, then? Oh, Cleanest Division. Right. And then, sorry. Right, so Cleanest Division. Sorry, I'm not very good at this, but it's all good fun. Right, so the Cleanest Division, as a Div 3 driver, we generally are... It is quite a clean one, but this year or this season then it goes to Elite, and I've got some stats. I've actually got the stat. Am I reading the stats out for all of them? For all the divisions,
Absolutely.
yeah. Right then, we'll start with Div 3 then, and we'll work up. We haven't got F2, so we've just got the four F1 divisions. So Div 3 total pens 563 second, 97 league points. Most seconds added is Payo Remix 80 seconds. Most league points added is Payo Remix 16. So yeah, there's a theme there. Div 2 total pens 550 seconds, so slightly less than Div 3. And Div 3 actually got the most this season, so we're going to have to work that out. Div 2 550 seconds and 156 league points. So the stewards,
You mean
the
license
stewards
points?
license points. Sorry, yeah. So the stewards were busy
No, right, okay.
this season with that. Most seconds added: Rockamad 73 and SLR Hicklin seconds. Most league license points added: Rockamad 73 with 19. Div 1 total pens 390 seconds, so a lot lower than the lower two divisions, and 86 license points. Most seconds added: Sean Gregory 92 with 60 seconds. Most league points added is our own SLR Rango with 16 license
Get
points.
in!
Whee!
Get in!
So Rango
Get
wins that.
in.
And
I'm
onto
glad to
Elite,
contribute
which,
to the boys.
so we've already said that Elite won the cleanest division, and that's with 330 seconds and 65 license points. Most seconds added Snipes, 5 seconds. Most league license points. I keep saying league points. I don't know why. License points added Snipes and V2. V2 X Combat with 10 license points each. And then we've got most seconds in one race. I'm not sure how this. UK Demons, Belgium, 50 seconds. So how you get 50 seconds in one race, I don't know. But most license points in one race: Rockamad in Monaco, Hicklin in Brazil, and Payo Remix in Australia, all with 9 license points. So that's it. So congratulations to Elite, because it's a good thing to be like cleaner. That's what we're all after, and that's what we go. So yeah, you can pat on the back for that, really.
Thanks, mate. I will put myself on the back for those license points.
Well, you can. Yeah,
I'm glad to get a mention, to be honest.
Well, that's why Div 1 didn't. But Div 1 would have been the cleanest if it wasn't for you. So you can.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry, boys. Yeah, sorry, boys.
Right, so I'm sticking with the next one, which is the biggest crash, and that is also Div 2. So it's Div 2 in Netherlands, and between Soaps, Leah, and Venom. And the video I've seen isn't the best because you're taking it from the view behind, but basically they're going into the straight, and basically the 3 cars are just coming together, and it's just going everywhere. So, and it was big. They were just spinning all over the.
I think it makes a feature in the. It does make an appearance in the end of season video.
There we go. So get and watch that. I probably
sure
don't do it. I don't do it justice.
Hard to describe, but it's absolute carnage.
It was.
Moving swiftly onwards, the next award is the Sportsmanship Awards, and this goes to a guy who has received his fair share of flack actually, sorry, over the course of the season, and particularly recently, just because it's him, really. But the biggest the Sportsmanship Award, for season 5 goes to the one and only SLR Nicky, and he gets this award for what he did with SLR Scopes in the F2 feature race in Austria, where Scopes ran out of fuel towards the end of the lap, about 3/4 of the way through the lap in P7, with Nicky in P8, and Nicky actually pushed him round the last few corners after he'd run out of fuel. So Nicky pushed Scopes round a few corners and pushed him over the line in P7, and Nicky took P8. So obviously they're teammates, but it was such a brilliant show of sportsmanship or display of sportsmanship, as Nicky could have easily just taken P7 there and then, but it was really great to see him do that to his teammates. So yes, the Sportsmanship Award 5 goes to SLR Nicky. Right, Clock.
Yes, I'll award the best overtake of the season, and quick mention to not to Ham, to Jamham in Sandvort, overtaking 2 cars, but it is not the winner. It fell the line, but it fell to an overtake that might not be better as in an overtake, but the way it happened and what the outcome of it was, and it goes to Sakis B for his overtake in Div 2 Canada to win it on the line. If anyone that, go watch the stream, the race, watch the final lap, or you can also go and watch it on TikTok where there's a brilliant video of Zach, taking the win right on the line by a tiny margin, less than a tenth. So yeah, it was a great one, and moving swiftly onwards to Ranga again.
Yeah. So the next award is the best on-track battle of the season, and there were some really, really strong contenders for this. We've had some amazing battles, and a few that come to my mind off the top of my head was the likes of VR and Duncan in Div 1 Brazil. That's very, very strong contender. But the winner of this was in fact in the Elite Division, and it was between Zydrad and Ghost Cult in the race in Hungary this season, where they battled it out for the lead of the race in such tricky conditions, just because of the nature of the track and how hard it is to overtake for such a long period of time, that it was pretty incredible to watch. And after the safety car came out, they were scrapping back and forth for the remainder of the race, and it was incredible that Zydrad was able to hold him off and take the win, and was a fantastic advert for the league. And so congratulations to Zydrad and Ghost Cult, two of the most respected drivers in the league, I can say, particularly for their racecraft. It was fantastic to see some of the boys racing like that. It was amazing. So congratulations to Zydrad and Ghost Cult for best battle of the season. So the next award, so to quickly get on here, we are a little bit behind schedule, but we'll plough through. The next award, is the best F2 moment of the season, and there was quite a few contenders, but to us it was only really going to be one winner, and that was Scopes, his win in the sprint race in Zandvoort, and it was not just for the award isn't just down to racing purposes and just because of the actual racing, but it was a brilliant performance by Scopes, as it was, because he started on pole and he finished first with some pretty quick guys behind him. But at the time he'd put a message in the chat how he was dealing with a lot of stuff in regards to mental health and his personal battles, and it meant the absolute world to him to win the race, and it was just seemed more than a regular win, didn't it? It was pretty spectacular, and it was amazing to hear him talk about it and stuff on the SciPod, and then talk about it in the chat and in the interview after, and it was a deserved winner as far as we're concerned. So best F2 moment of the season goes to Scopes for winning the sprint race in Zandvoort. And back to clock.
Yeah, and I'll say that this is the last award before our first interview, but
Let me try. I'll try. But... Is he showing online? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. He
Right,
was showing
right,
online.
right.
I invited him 3 times, but
think we're back. Lads, just quickly say in the stream chat if we're back.
Oh, we're back. Can anyone confirm?
Not sure what happened.
Can you hear
there.
me?
Yep, it's
Yeah,
back.
it's back.
We're all
Great.
good.
So I'll.
Make sure you tick your boxes, by the way, because it might have to you might have to recite.
Well,
you
mine's-
tick your boxes again.
Mine's saying
Mine's-
ticked, so can we
Yeah,
just check
yeah,
that
mine's
I'm
ticked.
speaking
Yeah,
because
just-
mine went off last time.
Yeah, just
Can you
stay.
hear
Just
Clock
stay on the
and
party.
Steve-O?
Yeah, hello. Can someone confirm they can hear me?
And me.
Yeah,
We can-
yeah, you
brilliant,
can hear.
brilliant.
Yeah, we're all good.
So, commentators award for best race. A very competitive qualifying was the crucial ingredient to this race, but for some it didn't matter. MRZ Leah started right at the back to finish third, even despite breaking his front wing and pitting after lap one. All through the race, he was no short of the drama. Crashes and collisions right at the front, which threw so many spanners into the works. Those spanners being VSC's safety cars, which brought drivers back into the race. And at once, all was gone. The drama was crazy. The comms duo couldn't keep it together, and yet this race still had more. Right at the death, Sagi's Beast pipped Bennett to the line on the finish by 0.037 seconds. Closest finish of the season? Yes, indeed. Maybe even in SLR history. I would certainly think so. And what a way to win it, and in what a way to do it. So, commentators awarded the best race of the season to Canada in Tip 2.
Okie dokie. Right, thank you for that, Clock. Sorry about the echo there, guys. We had someone joining the party for the next award. We're going to have a bit of an interview with. So the next award is the make sure you've actually ticked your box, please, good sir. In the party. Wonderful. So the next award is the SLR Award for Services to Charity, and the winner is SLR ST2OH. Congratulations on your award, mate. But we felt, it was only right to give you this after what you've been doing for the league in several departments, really, particularly with charity and what you did with the race for Joe and how you managed so much money raised for Joe and so much awareness. And obviously, we even had the likes of TRL Limitless sharing it on his social media accounts, and it was fantastic, some of the awareness it got. And just when we thought you couldn't really top it, you go and you pretty much organised this race for Great Ormond Street Hospital, which is happening on the 2nd of January, and we smashed the target within 24 hours, didn't we? And we've doubled that target, and we're not too far away from beating it. So I think from all of us, really, we're just honoured, really, to have you in the league and with what you do with charity. And I think it's only right for you to get the credit you deserve for this. But I just thought you'd like the opportunity to talk about how you found it, and particularly about the race coming up as well.
Oh, thank you guys. Obviously, I was half expecting the biggest bollock of the year award or something equally stupid, but no, it's nice. Obviously, it's just a tremendous thing that the league's doing. I think as you guys were talking earlier on about the growth of the league and things like that. The racing's good, but what's happening outside the racing is sort of where I see the growth of the league with the community for one. Obviously we have our little bickerings and little arguments here and there, but that's just what happens amongst friends. The growth on Discord. I think Smoke was saying couple of weeks ago that there's something like 2,000-3,000 messages on Discord a day on SLR's Discord, so it's just insane. But with the growth, we have been able to do things like the charity events. Obviously, I come from a third sector background in real life, so it's just something that I was able to bring across into here. I didn't really expected it to go as well. Originally with Joe, but obviously Joe is somebody that I know personally. I went to university with her, and obviously it's just utterly heartbreaking what she's going through. Sorry.
You okay?
It's a big award,
It's all right,
and
man.
it's not a small thing you get it for. It's because you've done amazing things, and not just for us, you the league in an amazing way to do amazing. I would never imagine have been possible. So it's
I second that, and people, we've known you, Scott, for a long time now, and I think people get to see the big bad Scott in the Discord and the chats, but really he's just an absolute melt. He's just a lovely bloke, and he puts so much effort into everything he does, and I think this award is fully deserved, and he does have the persona of the big bad wolf coming in and enforcing the rules and things, which he's obviously entitled to do, but he really is a special kind of guy, and you can see how much it means to him, and yeah, I'm very proud of him, and I've known him personally for a long time now, and I've had a lot going on in my life in the time that I've pretty much known Scott, and he's one of the first people I always turn to, and he is a really, really good guy, and he is an absolute credit to this league and credit to himself for what he does with the charity, with the charities, and how he's managed to incorporate that into our league, and have him as a league owner and just as a crucial part of the league. And if you can hear us, Scott, if you can hear us, Scott, you haven't got to speak. Just
No, it's fine. That really ruined my public persona there, I think.
Right, just tell
But
someone
no,
to
as
F off.
I said, obviously it was incredible what we did for Joe, and her struggles continue. But obviously, after that, we decided that at the end of every season that we would come together and do a charity event, just because we can, So, I mean, I think even the discussions that we had when we were like, what we're going to do this year, just some of the conversations people were having just shows how open the league is and how comfortable people feel about speaking about things, So what we're doing now for Great Ormond Street, and before reaching the target in 24 hours was just insane. So we went, fuck it, let's double it, see what we can do. And that's going really well, and I have no doubt that we'll reach it. I think if I'm sitting here, I'll just batter the link into chat, sitting there, whether it's £1 or £100, whatever you're putting in, every little counts towards the target, so.
I see you, SLR Jordan, in the chat. Instead of spending money on that kitchen, go to that link and put some money in there.
But so I'm really looking forward to the charity race itself. I'm pretty sure that we'll reach our target, and it's an incredible thing. I'm organising some T-shirts to go down to Great Ormond Street with the SLR logo on there, so hopefully we'll get some good pictures coming back and stuff like that. So thank you to everybody that's taken part in it so far, and everybody that's going to take part in it. It's a tough time. It's Christmas time. We're all in lockdown again, and all this shit. So, I mean, if there's people out there that want to take part, that can't donate, it's fine. Just give me a shout and we'll sort you out. Like, there's absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. There's different ways you can support, and just being there on the night and sharing it with everybody on your social media and every part of it too. So, yeah, thank you everyone.
Precisely. Thank you, mate. Thank you for coming on. It's
cheers,
really great
Scotty.
Cheers, guys.
really great to hear you. Cheers, mate. Right.
staying on this.
Oh, stay
Yeah,
on the
thanks to Scott for coming in.
Indeed.
It's pretty good actual linking really to the next award, which is the SLR Community Moment Award. And I think, we talked about it briefly in the growth, and Scott pretty much summed it up perfectly there. But, the league has kind of taken on a massive new dimension, particularly this season, in terms of its community and how it's helped people. And one particular that might not be overly well documented, but it's going to be now anyway, was something that we did as part of the side pod, and all the people who were either in the side pod chat or taking part at the time. And this was actually before SLR Scopes was due to come on. He won't mind me saying this. He's happy with me saying this, I'm sure of it. But he was due to come on the side pod to do his special sort of dedicated episode where we were going to just generally talk about health and everything. And before he came on his episode, or his actual special dedicated, he was essentially kicked. I'm not going to go into details, but it's not my place. He'd had a lot of stuff going on for him personally, and he'd been, kicked out of his house, and he'd had, we'd all been made aware of what's going on in his life before that anyway, because he was brave enough to tell us in the chat. And he came to us. He had about an hour to get out of the house. Had no money, nowhere to go, nothing. And I think one of the things that we've done as a league was that it came straight to mind. I think I chucked it straight in the side pod chat to us in the party before the stream had actually gone live. I chucked it straight in the side pod and was like, we can't. So we clubbed together, and everyone in the side pod chat at the time sent me some money, and we came, I think, just in the space of about 5 minutes, we came up with about 150 quid, and we got Scopes a hotel room near to his house with food and drink, everything all paid for 2 nights, to just ensure that he could get himself back on his feet. And it was just incredible, and it kind of just takes your breath away just thinking about it, because of the effect that the league can have on people and how people are so kind to do something like that. And it was absolutely amazing. And
we were all there for that.
Yeah,
it was brilliant.
All 3 of us were there, and I'm so proud of everyone who. I mean, I'm sure if people had known about it, then they would have been more than happy to help out anyway. So I'm not just saying specifically that these guys are better than everyone else, but I mean, just on this particular occasion, at such short notice, people would jump in at the chance to help him. And I just remember, because I remember it just come straight to my mind. I chucked it straight in the chat, and before I knew it, we had 150 quid to give him, and it was just amazing. And he put it in a Snapchat group, and he sent us all the pictures and stuff. And he was in his room, and he was able to feed himself, and he was able to look after himself and have a shower and feel better about himself, and in some shape or form. And I'm just so proud of everyone who took part of that, and it was just incredible. It was incredible, and it's hard to really put it into words, but it was.
We can say that it was a brilliant moment in terms of how we can come together, but it was also the toughest moment of the season. I remember everyone in that party during the pod, but we cried when he was talking about his story. It was impossible not to cry. And if anyone hasn't seen it and wonders what we're talking about, go back and watch that side pod. I don't know what number it is. It was a really sad episode, but it was for a big cause and something that needed to be said, and it was amazing seeing us come together. One of the best moments on that night was when he sent that video in the Snapchat walking into his hotel room.
Yeah,
I'm just being over the moon.
Yeah.
He
was only able to be in the episode for about half an hour or so, wasn't he? Because he had to go.
That's it. Yeah, he had to go.
And then hard to really put into words, but it was unbelievable. I'm so proud of everyone who took part in it, and I'm more than confident that if it had really come down to it, then there would have been people there for him. If he really needed it, and he did need it at the time, for him, that it would have been so many people just more than happy to help in any way they could, and makes me extremely proud of everyone who took part in that. And that was pretty immense. So that's been a pretty emotional 20 minutes or so. Let's try and get back into more of the sort of stuff now. I'm going to hand over to Clock, I think, to kick us off on the next ones.
Yeah, so we're doing the best drives of the season. We're becoming a bit more happy now, if I can say that. But yeah, best drives of the season, and we'll start with Elite, and it goes to Ghost Colt for his brilliant drive in Britain, and this is what was said about that race. His fantastic soft run in the first half of the race where he managed his tires fantastically well, hoping the rain would soon arrive, and sure enough it did. Luck favors the brave. Then to third one's intermediate conditions topped off a very well deserved first SLR win. So congratulations to Ghost Colt.
Rightio. I think, Steve, are you on the next one?
I will second. Sorry, no, but that just threw me all that before. That threw me because that was
I'll do.
That was a good. No, it's alright. I got it. SLR.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
And he's sat by me, but he's not actually sat by me, but he's in the party. And the one from Mexico is SLR Ranga. Wow, what a drive from the Red Bull driver. Starting in last place, P16, as a result of a quali ban, Ranga had the start of dreams going 8th after 2 laps. He then continued to prove his pace and with a bit of good fortune found himself in P5. Penalties played their part as well and promoted him up into 3rd by the 5th. One of the best drives I've seen in a long time, showing a cool head under pressure and a strong level of consistency to avoid penalties. Undoubtedly a drive worthy of driver of the day. So there you go, Ranga.
Thanks, boys.
Yeah, well
right.
done to
Yeah,
you.
sorry, I'm just a little bit. Yeah, thanks. I'm going on to the next one, and well, actually, to be honest, I've spoken about this guy pretty recently, to be honest. But the next guy is in Division 2, so the driver of the season in Division 2, and this goes to SLR Scopes, and there was a lot of potential winners for this one, and yeah, it was a tricky decision, but Scopes is our winner for Div 2 driver of the season, and he this was for his performance in Hungary, and he came from 17th to 3rd, and according to the driver of the day performance, it says this man represents coming back from a heavy low. His attitude away from the track was brought onto the track to an amazing, despite starting 17th, making the one-stop work, taking advantage of the safety car, and battling drivers softs whilst on worn hards right at the end alone is a huge achievement. So there was a lot of potential worthy winners in Div 2, and it was a really difficult decision. But yeah, we had to give it to Scopes on that particular occasion. So congratulations to Scopes for winning Div 2 drive of the season.
Yeah, to Steve again.
Yep, so now we're Jules at Spain. So after disconnected in a wet qualifying, had to settle for 17th and didn't want to go into the race, but putting all that aside, he had a great race and finishes 4th. And I think we all feel like that. We all feel like, oh, it's rubbish, I can't be asked, can't be bothered, qualifying was terrible. But, persevere, and he got 4th, so great drive, and just proves that it's not till the Sunday.
Well said.
And I'll take over for F2 and our final drive of the season. Pam. And after a poor start in not getting to set a valid lap time, having to start P17, he would be looking to look back on that mistake and trying to gain some position. Didn't get the best of starts, being harder compound compared to others. So still lingering the 17 for the first couple of corners, but this is where Ham shows his true class, having gained 11 in 4 laps, now up to P6. With the leaders pitting ahead of him, it was now down to Ham in P2 and Southerners for the lead. But they were on the start finish, and Ham had all the slipstream in the world and made the overtake pretty easy as Southerners paid the price staying out an extra lap to avoid the double stack being on the super softs. Having led from then on 13, Ham pitted for the first super soft and slotted into third behind his brother. Ham was giving to close down to his brother, but for the last few laps, and all of a sudden Ham picks up a time penalty, but that would help Ham in the later runs as he fails to make before the finish, but crossing the line in P2 he won the race. Brilliant strategy called by Ham and fully deserved.
Rightio. That's the best drives of the season done, thanks boys. And this now brings us on to a very anticipated award, particularly between the commentators this season, and this is our choice, Best Commentator of the Year Awards. And you know what, this was actually a really difficult decision because we've had some amazing commentary this season, as we've seen examples of in the video used by Darnell in the end of season montage. You know, people like Ham come to mind, Zydrag come to mind, Southerners, and so many people, Sem and Rando with their knowledge, and there's so many people who could have potentially won it. Maxwell and Original for what they do with F2 and how they've made F2 streams fantastic to watch. But I think he's here. If he's here, give your box a tick. It's the one and only Riggsy who takes the Best Commentator of the Year award. So I don't think he knows. Are you here, Riggs?
Oh, I'm here. I was just...
Oh, there. No, he's there. He managed just to retain the award he won last season. So congratulations to you, mate. Just wanted to thank you, to be honest, on behalf of everyone within the league for what you do in the streaming booth and in the commentary booth, and just how you make particularly Div 3 races, but obviously everything else you do as well, electric, and pretty much impossible to turn off. So congratulations to you, mate, and thank you from all of us.
What? When you're prepared to say anything, I was just in to listen, really.
That'd be a first.
But Ken, it's not the day I get to choose to be the quiet one, but no, I'm absolutely appreciative of the award, and I mean, like, the commentary team across the board is absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's the same for like watching like the races back in Division 1 when I finished them, or F2 Elite. Every commentary team's actually really good in their own right, and they all stand out, which is very unique. But no, I'm truly retaining the award. I was hearing you say as well, so good to make it back to back, as the competition is really stiff compared to everybody that's actually in the commentary team.
I think it's also just to quickly pay a tribute who is usually your co-com in the form of Mercs, because I think the two of you together are just incredible. It's amazing to watch. It's by far just the most exciting stream, and just maybe it's because of the driving, but I don't know whether it's your knowledge or the way you put it across, but the way you two work together, and it's fantastic, and it's just the sort of thing we kind of dreamt off in terms of commentary when we started this league. And I'm honoured to have both of you in the league and working together, and you particularly on lead comms are pretty incredible to watch, mate.
Oh, definitely, teamwork makes the dream work. It really is. It's I mean, I'm only half the band. It's Mex that kind of helps me perform to the level that I do. Like, because I've known Mex for a good few years now, and like we go well, like, on and off the track and in the booth and everything else. So like, it really is. It's really easy. You can build like your communication on some built a relationship. I feel like with Mex it's a lot easier. But he's definitely the other half, and I mean, I wouldn't be taking the award if it was there for him, really, because it's hard doing it on your own. I would definitely give him the honourable mention as well for everything that he does in Division, and being my co-co. He's always filling me in and everything. That Division 3 can so often be very hectic, so it is very difficult to keep up with, especially if the fitting to go by.
Very much so, mate. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. But just wanted to again thank you for everything you've done this season. And obviously take the opportunity to thank all the commentators for any stream that they've done this season. And there's a lot of strong contenders, as you said, and the standard of commentary and streaming up and up and up and up. So thank you to everyone, and particularly thank you and congratulations.
No worries, greatly appreciate it. And thanks a
All
lot.
right, mate. Cheers. See you later. Thanks.
Yeah, well done, Riggsy.
Right. Cheers.
Well
Twits.
done, well done.
Right, moving swiftly onwards, we don't have that many more categories left. We are moving now on to the most improved driver award category. Obviously, this was not voted for by drivers or admins. This was simply our own opinions. I think the stream's buffering. Am I being stupid, or is it working? Is it working?
It's not
Please
buffering
don't
for
do
me.
this. Please don't do this again. No, it's fine. Okay, never mind. I saw Southern said buffering and it was throwing me off a little bit there. Sorry, mate. Just checking it was all good. So yeah, most improved driver award, and I will start off with the Elite Division. And this guy has come on leaps and bounds in our opinion, and I think I've kind of given it away by actually putting his car on the screen, so you can all work out who it is now. But this guy has come on leaps and bounds this season. Obviously, he started in divs towards the top, but he's this season he's gone to Elite and he's absolutely smashed it. And several races, he took the pole in Bahrain. He might not necessarily have had the races at times he would have wanted, but from a Div 1 perspective, he has gone up to Elite, and he's really challenged the big boys, which is what it is all about when you make the step up. And he is fast pace. I remember battling with him not that long ago, and I used to be able to battle with him just absolutely left me for dead. So congratulations to the one and only Crispy for taking home the Elite Driver Most Improved Driver of the Season award. So congratulations to him.
I'll take over for my own division then, and Rangus as well, being in Division 1 and our most improved driver for that division. I'm sure you'll have some clues on the stream as well eventually, but this is a driver I remember at the start of the season. Whenever I saw him on track, I always thought to myself that, oh shit, I need to be further up. But then towards the end of the season, it was more the case of him being up there all the time, and I realized that he's actually a very quick driver. Winning his first race as well, fighting off me and Kolka. In very, very hard conditions as well. You all have some clues now, but the most improved in Division 1 season SLR is a McLaren driver, and is Riggs receiving another award within the span of 5 minutes. So, well done to Riggs, once again, being the most improved driver.
Very much so, and there's obviously a lot of candidates for that. Riggs is I think a worthy winner, along with a few other particular names. But congratulations to him. Moving swiftly onwards to Division 2, and as you can see from the card I am displaying on the stream, the Division 2 most improved driver of the season is SLR, as he's now changed his gamer tag to. So congratulations to Rand. Started the season in Div 3, albeit was pretty quick towards the top before we knew it moved, and then fighting for wins. And before we knew it, I think he had a few races here and there towards the start of the season, but he has come on leaps and bounds this season. He really has, and compare the driver he is now, the driver he was when he started the season. He's a completely different driver. And he is he's ready for Div 1 next season, and it's obviously not confirmed, but knows where he's going to be next season. He's going to be next season, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how he goes in Div 1 next year. And I think to everyone, particularly last weekend in Abu Dhabi, wasn't the win he would have wanted, but it was still a brilliant, and he's shown that he is ready for that step. And it's a massive move from where he was at the start of the season. So congratulations to Rando for Div 2 Most Improved Driver of the Season award.
Right.
Steve-O.
So on to Div 3, and this driver. I mean, there was a couple, a bit of a debate of who it was, but this guy, did he come into the league, into the division, and was, towards the back, just finding his feet. And I don't know how much league racing he'd actually for, but quickly, well, not quickly, but he, by his own admission, he was getting some getting people to kind of pointers and help him improve, and he really did. And how fit he got his on Saturday night at Abu Dhabi, and the winner of the most improved Div 3 is Colden, SLR Colden. So to him, and well deserved, really. One that, especially in Div 3, if there's guys, if you can kind of guys who are in the higher divisions, just for a few pointers, bit of help, congratulations to him, and yeah, Div 3.
Okay, we're having some stream issues again, which is fantastic. Fantastic. Let me know in the chat, guys, if it's any better. I'm gonna wiggle this around to see if that's any better. I'm just waiting for a few messages in the stream chat. Is it okay? I might have to restart it again. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna